Imagine being 12 years old. At 12, most children are thinking about school, friends, favorite subjects, and dreams for the future. Some dream of becoming doctors. Some dream of becoming teachers. Others dream of becoming artists, engineers, scientists, or leaders. Childhood is supposed to be a time of growth, learning, and discovery. A time when young people are allowed to explore who they are and what they want to become. Now imagine being told that your childhood is over. Imagine being told that instead of preparing for tomorrow, your future has already been decided. Imagine being expected to take on responsibilities that even many adults find difficult. For millions of girls around the world, this is not imagination. It is reality. Child marriage remains one of the most significant challenges affecting girls globally. Although progress has been made in many countries, countless girls continue to face the possibility of marriage before they reach adulthood. Behind every number and every statistic is a real person, a real child, a real life, a real future that may be changed forever. Today, we will explore the reality of child marriage. We will examine why it happens, how it affects girls, and what can be done to create a better future. This is not just a story about marriage. It is a story about childhood, education, opportunity, health, and human rights. Most importantly, it is a story about girls whose voices deserve to be heard.
Before we continue, it is important to understand exactly what child marriage means. Child marriage refers to any formal marriage or informal union where one or both individuals are under the age of 18. In many cases, the child involved is a girl. While some people may view child marriage as a cultural or family matter, its effects often reach far beyond the wedding itself. Marriage changes responsibilities. It changes expectations. It changes opportunities. For adults who freely choose marriage, these changes may be welcomed. But when a child enters marriage, the situation becomes very different. Children are still developing emotionally, mentally, physically, and socially. They are still learning about themselves and the world around them. Many are not prepared for the responsibilities that marriage can bring. Yet every year, countless girls find themselves facing decisions they never had the chance to make. Child marriage exists for many reasons: poverty, tradition, social expectations, gender inequality, lack of educational opportunities. In some communities, families believe early marriage will provide protection or financial security. Others fear social judgment if their daughters remain unmarried for too long. Some simply continue practices that have existed for generations. Understanding these factors does not mean accepting them. Instead, understanding helps us identify solutions. To solve a problem, we must first understand why it exists.
To understand the human impact of child marriage, consider the story of Nujood Ali. Nujood grew up in Yemen. Like many children around the world, she wanted a normal childhood. She wanted to learn. She wanted to spend time with friends. She wanted to enjoy the simple experiences that make childhood special. But her life changed when she was married at a young age. The decision was not one she freely made. As time passed, Nujood realized that the life she was living was not the life she wanted. Many children in similar situations feel powerless. They may believe there is no way to change what is happening to them. But Nujood did something extraordinary. She found the courage to seek help. One day, she traveled to a courthouse and asked for a divorce. She was still a child. Her actions shocked many people. Around the world, news organizations reported her story. People were inspired by her bravery. Her decision sparked conversations about child marriage and children's rights. Most importantly, her story reminded the world that children are not statistics. They are individuals with dreams, feelings, and hopes for the future. Nujood's courage helped shine a light on an issue that often remains hidden.
Her story continues to inspire advocates, educators, and organizations working to protect children. But while her story gained international attention, many other girls facing similar challenges remain unheard. Their stories may never appear in newspapers. Their names may never become known. Yet their experiences matter just as much. Every child deserves the opportunity to grow, learn, and choose their own path. And every child deserves to have their voice respected.
Sometimes people hear about child marriage and assume it is a distant problem, something that happens somewhere else, something unrelated to their own lives. But issues affecting children anywhere should concern all of us, because childhood is universal. Dreams are universal. Hope is universal. Every child deserves the opportunity to learn, grow, and imagine a future filled with possibilities. When childhood is interrupted, opportunities can be lost, education can be disrupted, personal development can be affected, health risks may increase, and the effects can continue for years. This is why awareness matters. Awareness helps people ask questions. Awareness encourages communities to examine traditions and practices. Awareness creates conversations, and conversations can lead to change. Throughout this documentary, we will continue exploring the causes and consequences of child marriage, while also examining solutions that offer hope for future generations. When people hear about child marriage, one of the first questions they ask is simple. Why? Why would a family allow a child to marry? Why does this practice continue even in modern times? The answer is not always straightforward. Child marriage is often influenced by several factors working together. One of the most common factors is poverty. Families facing economic hardship may struggle to provide food, education, healthcare, and other necessities. In difficult circumstances, some parents may believe that marriage will offer their daughters financial security. They may hope that a husband will be able to provide a better life. Others see marriage as a way to reduce the number of people they must support financially. These decisions are often made under pressure and difficult circumstances. However, what may seem like a short-term solution can create long-term challenges. Another factor is tradition. In some communities, child marriage has been practiced for generations. Because it has existed for so long, many people accept it without questioning its consequences. Traditions can be powerful. They shape beliefs, behaviors, and expectations. But not every tradition benefits future generations. Throughout history, societies have changed many practices after recognizing their harmful effects. Progress often begins when people are willing to ask difficult questions. Social pressure also plays a significant role. Some families fear judgment from their communities. They worry about what others may say if their daughters remain unmarried. In some places, marriage is seen as an important milestone that must happen as early as possible. As a result, parents may feel pressured to follow expectations, even when they have concerns. Gender inequality is another major factor. In many societies, boys and girls are not always given the same opportunities. Boys may be encouraged to pursue education and careers, while girls are expected to focus primarily on marriage and family responsibilities. When girls are viewed as less deserving of educational opportunities, the likelihood of early marriage often increases. Understanding these causes is important, because if we want to end child marriage, we must address the conditions that allow it to continue. Education is one of the most powerful tools a person can have. It opens doors. It creates opportunities. It helps people develop skills, confidence, and independence. For many girls, education represents hope for a better future. But child marriage often interrupts that journey. Many girls who marry young are unable to continue their education. Some leave school immediately. Others struggle to balance educational responsibilities with household duties. Over time, attending school becomes increasingly difficult. Imagine a girl who dreams of becoming a doctor. She studies hard, she enjoys learning, she hopes to help others one day. Then suddenly,
she is expected to leave school and take on adult responsibilities. The dream that once seemed possible begins to fade. This story has been repeated countless times around the world. When girls lose access to education, the consequences extend beyond the classroom. Education affects employment opportunities. It affects income potential. It affects health awareness. It affects confidence and decision-making. Research consistently shows that education can help improve outcomes for individuals, families, and communities. When girls stay in school longer, they often gain more opportunities to pursue careers, contribute economically, and make informed decisions about their futures. This is one reason why many organizations view education as one of the most effective ways to reduce child marriage. Every year spent in school can help create new possibilities. Education provides knowledge, but it also provides options, and options are important because every child deserves the opportunity to decide what kind of future they want.
The impact of child marriage is not limited to education. There is also an emotional cost. Imagine being asked to take on adult responsibilities before you feel ready. Imagine leaving behind friends, classmates, and familiar routines. Imagine feeling that major decisions about your life have been made by others. These experiences can be overwhelming. Many girls facing child marriage experience fear, uncertainty, loneliness, and stress. Some feel isolated from their peers. Others struggle with feelings of powerlessness. While every individual's experience is different, the emotional challenges can be significant. Childhood is a period of development. It is a time when young people learn about themselves and build confidence. When that process is interrupted, emotional well-being can be affected. This is why support systems are so important. Families, teachers, healthcare workers, and communities all play a role in helping young people feel valued, heard, and supported. No child should feel that their dreams are unimportant. No child should feel that their voice does not matter. And no child should face major life decisions without support and guidance. As we continue, we will examine the health consequences of child marriage and explore solutions that offer hope for the future.
Child marriage is not only a social issue, it is also a health issue. When girls marry at a very young age, they often face challenges that can affect their physical and emotional well-being. One of the most discussed concerns is early pregnancy. Pregnancy can place significant demands on the body. For young girls whose bodies are still developing, these demands can be especially difficult. Healthcare professionals around the world have long emphasized the importance of ensuring that girls have access to education, healthcare, and information before taking on the responsibilities of parenthood. In many communities, young mothers may also face barriers to healthcare. Distance, cost, lack of information, or social expectations can make it difficult to receive proper medical support. Mental health is another important concern. Imagine being expected to navigate marriage, family responsibilities, and major life changes while still growing up yourself. Many girls experience stress, anxiety, fear, and emotional isolation. Some may feel that they have lost control over important decisions in their lives. Others may struggle with feelings of loneliness as they become separated from friends and classmates. Health is not only about the body. It is also about emotional well-being, confidence, and feeling supported. When children are protected, educated, and empowered, they are often better positioned to build healthy futures.
While child marriage remains a challenge in many parts of the world, there are also inspiring stories of resilience and change. Across different countries, countless girls have overcome difficult circumstances through education and support. One common theme appears again and again. When girls are given access to education, opportunities begin to expand. A girl who remains in school gains knowledge. She gains confidence. She learns new skills. She discovers possibilities she may never have imagined before. Teachers often become mentors. Schools become safe spaces for learning and personal growth. Communities that invest in girls frequently see positive changes that benefit everyone.
When girls are educated, families benefit, communities benefit, entire societies benefit. These stories remind us that change is possible. The challenges are real, but so is the potential for progress. The question now becomes, how do we move forward? How do we create a future where every child has the opportunity to choose their own path? One answer is education. Education remains one of the most powerful tools for change. When girls stay in school, they often gain knowledge, confidence, and opportunities that can shape their futures. Another answer is awareness. Many harmful practices continue because people simply do not discuss them openly. Conversations create understanding. Understanding creates action, and action creates change. Communities also play an important role. Parents, religious leaders, teachers, healthcare workers, and community members all have the ability to influence positive change.
Some people may wonder why it is important to continue talking about child marriage. The answer is simple: because silence allows problems to remain hidden. Conversations bring issues into the light. When people understand a challenge, they become more capable of addressing it. Awareness does not solve every problem overnight, but awareness is often where change begins. Every discussion matters. Every educational effort matters. Every person who chooses to learn more becomes part of the solution. The future is shaped by the choices we make today, and every child deserves the chance to dream about tomorrow.
As we come to the end of this documentary, remember this: child marriage is more than a statistic. It is more than a headline. It is more than a topic discussed in reports and studies. It affects real people, real families, real communities, and real futures. Every child deserves the opportunity to learn. Every child deserves the opportunity to grow. Every child deserves the opportunity to make choices about their own future. Childhood should be a time of discovery, a time of learning, a time of hope, not a time when dreams are cut short. Progress is possible, change is possible, and awareness is one of the first steps toward that change. Thank you for watching. If you found this documentary informative, consider subscribing for more conversations about women's health, girls' education, human rights, and issues that affect communities around the world. Because every conversation matters, and every child matters. This is only the beginning of the discussion.